I love the idea of this salad. Oh my goodness, I just love it that we can all share it together. It's corn and it's charred and it's grilled and it's charred and it's grilled and it's all the things. And look at my little box of glory in here of ingredients that I recognize, that I don't feel stressed about, that I know my son would recognize in a supermarket. And that's what I love about cooking with real whole food, is you get to, you know, really stand in the presence of nature in all its glory. And this salad is delightful, and I can just imagine you making it home and taking it somewhere special or somewhere where there's a gathering, and you bring it and you present it with corn chips and everyone's just like, oh, this is amazing, and it's so simple. First step is I'm heating up my barbecue plate over here, which is nice and hot. Now, if you don't have a barbecue plate or a grill outside or inside, either, whatever, a frying pan is just as good, okay? So this is something to remember. Nice and hot, yummy, yummy, yummy. And we are going to peel this beautiful corn that I've got. Look at it, all this imperfection. I love it. I cannot stand opening something that is perfect. This is beautiful as God intended it to be. And I love that. And nature gets it right every time. Getting all these little hairy bits off is really quite important, because I don't want that in my salad. Look at it. Every time I peel corn, I swear to God, I think of my son Jamin making corn angels out of the husks when he was at school. I know, right? It's a bit funny, but we used to make these corn angels, and oh my God, they looked amazing. All right, I need a little bit of coconut oil. And I want one of these. This is the master, this paper towel, to put onto my grill plate. So come over here. This is getting nice and hot. I remember I want that charred, grilled kind of look coming over this corn. And this is just great. Actually, you were saying the other day, Scott, when we were walking on the beach, there was this guy grilling corn. And you were like, oh, we should just get some. And it's amazing. It's just on the fire and it just sizzles. And yeah, it was being grilled under some coconut husks, which make a delicious scent on the side of the road in Indonesia. We want some colour, and this is going to cook, and then we're going to turn it, and then we're going to turn it, and we're going to get colour, as much colour as we can around it. We're not cooking it so it's cooked. We just want a bit of colour happening with each cob. Okay, over here, while that's happening, let's make the rest of this divine charred corn salad. It's quite amazing. I have some glory in here. Check it out. I have little bits of capsicum that I had left over the other day, which I love to keep, all those little bits and pieces. And I'm just going to cut the top off, and my only waste will be those seeds and that, which is actually not a waste, it's a gift. Seed saving is a gift.
The worms will thank you for it.
The worms will definitely thank me for it. But look how much, see what I'm doing here, right? I'm just really acknowledging the vegetable and not throwing away so much of it. Same as this little piece of red capsicum. Oh, that's really sizzling, isn't it? So the other day I was walking on the beach when we did see that corn grilling, and there was a little tree poked behind a little bit of concrete, kind of sprouted out, and it had these amazing little dropped red chilies on there. And it just occurred to me when I throw the seeds into the bin where that's going to go and where that's going to sprout somewhere else. I think that's just an amazing concept to even think about. That is still grilling over there. It's happening. And I know my stove, just like you're going to get to know your stove as you start cooking this way and fall in love with the idea of cooking food and nourishing yourself in such a way. There's something about home-cooked food There's a energy there. And to me, that is the ultimate feeling of being healthy. So I'm just roughly chopping that. Now I'm making a salsa. So you imagine my corn's cooking, it's getting all nice and coloured, and I want to just mix it up with some beautiful salsa, as well as some other veggies. Got a yummy tomato, which I'm just going to roughly chop. Nice sharp knife just glides through, and my shoulder's not up trying to cut, right? Definitely a sharp knife is a great investment for your cooking journey. Got some coriander, chuck those roots off. I'm going to keep these roots for a curry. If you watch one of my other videos, I have a beautiful curry in there. Now I want some chili, but I want some of these jalapenos. Oh, yum. Ruben just eats them like this. Don't you read them here? Ruben, have one, even though you had a smoothie bowl. Have a chili. He loves them. Him and his girlfriend just love them. You got to watch the bowl of jalapenos around here. Okay. We're in. We need salt and pepper, but I'm just going to cross back over to here to see if I need to turn anything over. This is what I love about this barbecue plate. It's right next to me in my home, and I don't have to run outside and check on things. Such a cool investment. It's taking its time. I've got no colour yet, just a little bit here. So I just need to leave it, be patient, make my salsa, and then come back to this as I go. All right, salt and pepper into here. I want some lime juice for sure, absolutely for sure. And I've got a box of deliciousness in here. A couple of those, and my trusty lime squeeze. I'm just going to roll this to get the juice out. Yeah. Spectacular. I want lots of lime. You can have as much and as little as you like. Oh, that's a nice juicy one. I think it's because I rolled it, right? That is in, ready to rock and roll. I know it's there. Done. I'm going to muck around with my corn while I wait for this to do its thing. These are done and they're looking delightful. Okay. Into here. Now I'm going to leave my plate on because I've got a little bit of asparagus I want to add to this dish. I know, right? Who would have thought? So come over here, Gun, and I'm just going to cut this up just roughly. Now with asparagus, sometimes it can be really long like this and quite woody. And this is quite fibrous. Look at this, I can't even break this, right? And it's very fibrous. So I'm going to get to the point where it's not, which is about there. So I suggest you guys do that at home. This is quite, oh, that is quite woody and fibrous, isn't it? If you get asparagus like this, just remember to cut those bits off because they're very fibrous. When you go to eat that bit, yeah. Straight onto the grill. Not adding any oil onto it or anything. It's just, I'm going to find a little bit of that oil that's left over. Bring it down there. A little bit of seasoning. Okay, my lovely asparagus, you just cook for no more, everybody at home, for no more than a minute. Very important. A lot of people overcook asparagus. Just a minute. I'm just going to turn these around. It's been like 30 seconds. A lot of people overcook asparagus, right? Like I've been to restaurants and I've picked up an asparagus and it's just gone, and I'm like, dude, what did you do with asparagus? Asparagus should hold itself up. I know, I'm trying to catch that bit. Hold itself up after it's cooked. No offense to those chefs out there. Perfect. All right, let's make the rest of this salad up. Corn is set aside. My visitors are coming over soon. My salad is becoming a reality. I'm just going to cut some baby spinach because I want that green to go through this. Now, if you don't have baby spinach and you've got rocket, that's totally fine. If you have mixed lettuce, that's totally fine. If you have silver beet or kale, absolutely. Whatever turns you on. I just happen to have this on tap right now. I'm very excited to make this. I'm actually very excited to eat this, let's be honest. I want a little bit more coriander. I know I have some in there, but I just want a little mush, you know, a little bit of decoration when I'm serving up my salad to my mates. Because I know what they're going to do. They're going to be like, oh, wow, that's amazing. I'm going to be like, yeah, baby. It's true right now. That asparagus did not take long at all, and it's starting to wilt. That's what I'm saying. No more than a minute. Minute and a half max, minute and a half. And you just want to chop this up. Actually go this way because you might cut yourself. I'm used to going the other way. Into little slithers like that. Have that ready. Okay, some avocado. All right. Okay, sometimes when you open avocado, you never know what you're going to get, right, guys? Do you?
Yeah.
Let's see what we've got here. Okay, you ready? Oh, it's like, thank goodness. And I'm just going to run my knife. Now be careful when you do that. When I first started doing this with a sharp knife, I actually cut my hands. Okay, be very mindful. Use a butter knife, if anything. But I'm just cutting it into cubes. And this way to nice squares. And then I need a spoon to get this out. Comes out all nicely into squares, which I love. It's all ready to go. First thing I'm going to do is salt and pepper all of this glory. Why? Because it's the building blocks of flavour. And it brings out the intensity of these gorgeous, beautiful vegetables. Hello, food processor. That are common vegetables that you can find anywhere that are spectacular in so many ways. All right, where am I? Corn's ready. This is ready. Salsa's nearly ready. I'm just going to add some cumin to that. Now, I'm thinking to myself, like Scott likes it really hot, right? He likes more chili, so I'd add some more chili into there, like some red chili, right? Some really hot, fiery red chili for him. But for me, you know, I don't want it that hot today. So it just depends on where you're at. Now, with your corn, this is cooled down. I can handle this quite well, which is important. Deep breaths. Nice big belly breathes. Know you've got this. Know that this is your journey and it's incredible, and amping up the plants in your world does something to your organs that's quite remarkable, and science is proving this over and over again. So as you cut the corn, really you are so blessed right now. So I'm going to run my knife through this corn. I'm going to start up here. I'm not going to start all the way up here because it's just going to go everywhere. So I'm going to start just here, and I'm just going to cut it into slithers. Now here's a tip for you. See how it's coming into pieces? It's because it's cooled down so much that it comes off into strips. Now if I've taken this from the barbecue and it's piping hot, and I've got this that I'm trying to cut with because I can't really hold the corn, it's just going to crumble like this. But when it cools down, and this is my mum taught me this trick, thank you, Mum, that when she has corn and she's got too much of it and she puts it in the fridge the next day, she chops it up like this and it comes into these pieces that all stay together. I'm like, how did that happen? It's because it's been in the fridge. Really interesting, right? Okay. Boom. Taste it. Salt and pepper. Straight away. Just a little. It's amazing when you step into a whole real foods lifestyle. Salt and pepper is like the building blocks of flavour. And what happens is when you move out of processed food and you move out of food that is made with not your care in mind, let's be honest, right? And you step into an industry called the prevention industry, where we prevent disease in the body by eating lots and lots and lots of plants and really being mindful in our thoughts while we're going through the motions of cooking and feeding our families and going shopping and all the things, right? Something quite extraordinary happens. The organs know exactly what to do with this, and that salt and pepper all plays a part in this really beautiful orchestration of intelligence. I'm salivating. I'm feeling it. Now I've had a nibble of that corn. Over here to the food processor, lock and load. I want a little bit of cumin in here. Now, do you think I could find my cumin? Where do you think it is? Cameraman 1, where do you think it is? Cumin? Can't tell. Cameraman 2, where do you think it is? Ruben, cameraman 3? Top. Come on, top. This one?
Yeah.
Oh. You reckon this one?
Yeah.
That's curry powder?
Right.
Curry powder? It's this one. Cumin. I know, right? Challenging. It's very challenging when you actually take labels off everything. You are woken up. You are smelling, going, what is that? And then you're having these food memories and these moments of, oh, that's right, is that cumin? And something happens to you, right? It's really quite extraordinary. So we need a little bit of cumin in there. All right. I don't want to mush. Yeah, I don't want a mushy smoothie here. I want a bit of texture of the salsa. So I'm going to use my pulse button on my food processor. Oh, doesn't it look beautiful? Have a taste, just quickly, to see where we're at. Oh, you guys are going to love this. This is our lunch today. Perfect. I need a plate. Situation. Tip this onto the board and mix this glory through it with your hands, being very present, very grateful of what's happening in your life. All that salsa mixed through. Yummy, yummy, yummy. When I was in South Africa, I was cooking with some beautiful chefs and we used our hands all the time. And it was such a gift to be around these amazing women and men cooking this way. It was really beautiful. I'll never forget that moment when we were cooking amaranth leaf called Morocco, and we just were in there, and I was just like, oh, this is life, you know, this is beauty. We want some corn chips, just to add some crunch to our salad. That's it. We are done. Everybody's ready for some lunch. Da 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 da. A beautiful salad that I can't wait to eat, actually. Yummy. That corn is sensational. Okay, I will see you in the next video. You're going to love this. Comment below. Tell me what crunchies you served with it. I just happen to have corn chips here, but just at a barbecue at your friend's house or a dinner or anything. This is just a little bit on my plate with the rest of the isms that I have. As I continue on in this whole foods journey, and as you continue on in this whole foods journey, something is emerging from you. And this is an immense amount of love that you have for yourself, because you really are truly taking care of yourself in such a beautiful way. And food that fuels the actual body in such a natural way without the pressures of dieting and food trends and feeling like I shouldn't or I should, or maybe that's too much. when you eat this way, that all goes away, because this is what we're designed to do. We are a part of nature together, and when we're in the same boat, nature gets it right every time. It's quite extraordinary.